This week, a noteworthy development in trade relations between the European Union and China is unfolding, as tensions appear to have eased slightly following the EU's decision to permit Chinese elections, which has led to a more neutral stance in ongoing discussions, although the complexities of their economic interdependence remain a focal point of scrutiny among analysts and policymakers. As both parties navigate this intricate relationship, experts suggest that the recent allowance for elections could serve as a crucial turning point, potentially fostering a more cooperative environment that benefits not only the economies involved, but also establishes a precedent for future engagement between the East and West. Additionally, while there are signs of a thaw in relations, analysts caution that both parties must remain vigilant regarding existing trade barriers and political nuances, as these factors could still pose significant challenges to achieving long-term stability in their economic partnership. In summary, as the European Union and China continue to engage in dialogue and navigate their complex trade relationship, the recent developments signal a cautious optimism that the easing of tensions may lead to more fruitful exchanges, although the path forward will require careful negotiation and mutual respect for each other's economic interests. Ultimately, as this week unfolds with important discussions and potential agreements on the horizon, observers will be keenly watching to see how these developments influence not only the economic landscape between the two giants, but also the broader implications for global trade dynamics in an increasingly interconnected world. As stakeholders on both sides remain engaged in constructive dialogue, it is crucial to monitor how these interactions may pave the way for sustainable trade practices that not only benefit the respective countries, but also contribute to a more balanced global economy. In light of these developments, it is imperative that both the European Union and China strive for transparency and mutual understanding, as this week serves as an important milestone that could redefine their trade relationships and influence international market trends for years to come. As the negotiations unfold, the implications of this week's events could resonate far beyond bilateral trade agreements, impacting global supply chains and altering the landscape of international commerce as countries around the world monitor how these powerhouses navigate their shared economic journey. As both sides work to solidify their commitments, this week's negotiations may not only mark a pivotal moment in EU-China relations, but also set a precedent for how nations approach complex trade issues amidst a rapidly changing geopolitical environment. With growing public interest and activism surrounding trade policies, the outcomes of this week's discussions will likely influence not only policymakers, but also citizens' perspectives on globalization, accountability, and the future of international trade relationships. As both sides seek to balance their national interests with global responsibilities, this week's events highlight the delicate dance of diplomacy and trade, where every decision could ripple across markets and influence the economic landscape for generations to come. As negotiations progress, the interplay of economics and politics becomes increasingly apparent, reminding us that the stakes are high, and any outcome could reshape the trade dynamics between Europe and China, offering lessons for future collaborations on a global scale. In conclusion, as both the EU and China navigate this pivotal week filled with opportunities and challenges, their ability to reach consensus could not only drive economic growth, but also lay the groundwork for a more cooperative international framework that transcends borders. With global markets watching closely, the outcomes of this week's meetings are poised to serve as a bellwether for international trade relations, revealing both the potential for cooperation and the challenges that still lie ahead in achieving lasting economic partnerships. As discussions continue to evolve, the blend of strategic negotiation and interpersonal connection will be key in determining how both the EU and China can successfully navigate their intertwined destinies, fostering an environment conducive to trade, innovation, and mutual prosperity. As this week progresses, the potential outcomes of the EU-China trade negotiations will undoubtedly serve as a crucial indicator of how these two economic powerhouses can align their interests, paving the way for a future characterized by shared goals and collaborative growth in a rapidly changing global landscape. In the grand tapestry of global commerce, this week's negotiations stand as a testament to the complexities of modern trade relationships, highlighting the necessity for adaptability, foresight, and an unwavering commitment to fostering partnerships that can withstand the test of time and geopolitical shifts.